Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Dan Hughley, the U.S. Marketing Manager for FocusRite. Thank you for joining us, Dan.
Thank you for having me.
Give us an overview to begin with, Dan. A little background about FocusRite. You're well known in a lot of circles, but not all.
Sure. Well, Focusrite has been around since 1984. We started out with Rupert Neve and George Martin were the ones that started out the company. George Martin wanted a mixing console for his studio in the Caribbean, and he tapped Rupert Neve for that. And we started from there, and we built a few of those consoles and then moved into recording outboard gear, so mic pre's, compressors, EQs, and things like that. And then we started moving into the digital age of audio interfaces, just creating affordable audio interfaces to get your microphones or instruments into your computer.
And you've done a great job with a lot of different kinds of equipment in that realm. And the newest, I suppose, or one of the newest, is the Clarett free USB line. Give us the overview of what this does.
Sure. The Clarett USB range is a group of 3 interfaces, depending on how many inputs or mic pre's that you need. And this range is a step up from our very popular Scarlett range. So the differences are fairly minor between the two, but you will see a bit of an increase in the quality of the audio that you get, and that goes to the performance there can be attributed to different components that were used in the mic pre's and also in the converters, which separates it from the Scarlett range. One of the cool things is they are USB-C interfaces. So they work with all new Macs, and most new PCs also have the USB-C connections. But then we also include a standard USB cable in the box. So, even if you do have an older computer, most computers have USB inputs. So, you can use it right out of the box. You don't have to buy another cable. One of the cool things that I like about the range is the smallest unit, the 2-pre USB. It has the ability to be bus powered, so you don't need to carry an external power supply if you're using a USB-C connection.
Very cool. Give us some of the scenarios where you've heard people are making use of these. It can be, I guess, a lot of musicians, podcasters, just about everybody who works with sound.
Yeah, just about everybody that works with sound. You're absolutely right. I've sold, or I've not sold units, but I've worked with people who have units that they're using even for sound creation for film. But then everything that you mentioned, from podcasts to your standard recording, even in conference rooms for you can hook up like a conference mic and hook up some speakers and have phone calls, Skype interviews and things like that, just through the interface. So you're able to transmit and receive high quality audio over IP just by plugging it into your phone line.
Very interesting. Now, the line stretches from, you said the two inputs up to 8, 2, 4, and 8?
Yes, sir. That's absolutely correct. Yeah. So it depends on what your needs are, and I always recommend, think about the future, not what you have today. So, if you need 2 mic pre's today, but down the road you might need 4 or 8, think about the future so you don't have to then upgrade later. You can just get what you need. And they're all expandable as well. They all have an ADAT input, so you can connect something like one of our octapres just via ADAT, and that adds 8 more inputs. So, you can go from 2 to 10 or 4 to 12 or 8 to 16, depending on your needs.
Very cool. Tell us what you mentioned some things already, I know, but some of the things that you feel you have as an advantage over the competition.
There's a tremendous sound quality in these interfaces. There's another distinguishing feature called the air mode. And this is a switchable mode that is controlled via the Focusrite control software, which comes with the unit. And what it does when it's switched on, it highlights some of the higher frequencies. And what it does is it models the input impedance of our classic ISA mic pre's, and it kind of just opens up the high end of the frequency range, just to add more presence to that range.
You're giving users a lot of flexibility with it.
Sure. I was trying it out myself this week, and actually, I was testing the Clarett 8 pre-USB in my home studio, and I believe that's the unit you tried out as well.
Absolutely.
And I was playing around with that air feature, and it offers a different sound, and it's something flexible, and you can control this while you're recording. So you just choose what's best for you, just like you're choosing the right microphone and choosing the right speakers. Make sure you choose if it's supposed to be air mode or not.
Tell us about pricing and availability. Where do things start?
Sure. So the Clarett 2 pre-USB starts at about $439.99. The 4 pre-USB is $659.99, and the 8 pre-USB is $869.99. All three units are available in the U.S. pretty much anywhere you buy audio supplies, either online or in physical stores.
And for more info, where do we go?
You can go to FocusRite.com, and you can go through all of our different products that we have there, from the Scarletts that I mentioned a little bit to the Claretts, and then some of our ADAT expansions that I mentioned, like the Octopres.
Sounds great. Dan Hughley, thanks for taking the time with us.
Thank you.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C. Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world, listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on C-Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love C-Crane.